Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive for all you Vintage Car Chronicles listeners out there tuning in on Spotify, Deezer, Apple Music, or YouTube. You guys are awesome.
Right back at you.
Today we're tackling a legend,
Oh, yeah.
the DeLorean DMC-12.
Now, that's a story and a half.
You probably know it from Back to the Future.
Of course, who doesn't?
But
Yeah.
that movie,
The real story of this car
it's unbelievable.
is just as wild as any time travel adventure.
Absolutely.
So before we get to the whole time machine thing,
Okay.
let's start with the man himself, John Z. DeLorean.
Right.
This wasn't some wide-eyed newbie.
Right.
This guy,
Oh, yeah.
he was a rock star at General Motors.
A legend.
The brains behind the Pontiac GTO.
Good.
You know, the car that basically launched the muscle car craze.
Exactly.
So why would a guy at the top of his game walk away
It's a good question.
to start his own company?
It all comes down to a vision.
DeLorean wasn't just building cars.
Right.
He wanted to build a statement.
A statement.
You got it.
Okay.
He envisioned an ethical sports car,
Uh-huh.
something safe, durable, and stylish,
All in one package.
all in one.
So this was the 1970s. Remember?
Yeah, the 70s. So his idea...
These were revolutionary.
They were pretty
They
revolutionary.
were way ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Most sports cars back then,
Uh-huh.
they were all about performance,
Yeah.
not necessarily safety or longevity.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were gas guzzlers.
Yeah.
They were flashy.
Right,
They were
right.
not built to last.
Not built to last.
No.
So, in 1975, he takes the leap and launches the DeLorean Motor Company.
Okay.
And get this,
What?
he sets out to build a car
Right.
that can last for 300,000 miles.
300,000 miles.
Was he serious?
He was completely serious.
I mean, most cars barely make it to 100,000
Yeah.
without some major work.
Right. You're lucky if you can get that. Yeah.
But that ambition,
Okay.
it's stamped all over the DMC-12
Interesting.
to bring his vision to life. DeLorean teamed up with Giorgetto Giugiaro.
Okay.
You know who that is, right?
Yeah, the design genius?
Yeah, the design genius behind Eichel Design.
Yeah. I told her.
Together, they created a car
Yeah.
that looked like it drove straight out of a sci-fi film.
Wow.
Seriously.
Okay.
You've got the iconic gull-wing doors,
Yeah.
the wedge-shaped body, pure futuristic style, and then there's that unpainted stainless steel exterior.
Oh, yeah. That was a bold move.
It was audacious, to say the least. It was like nothing else on the road.
So I've heard DeLorean initially
Uh-huh.
wanted to use a rotary engine,
Really?
which is pretty cutting edge back then.
Yeah, it was.
What happened there?
Well, the Wankel rotary engine,
yeah.
it was definitely on the table,
Uh-huh.
but it had some inherent issues with fuel efficiency and emissions.
Right.
Not exactly fitting for his ethical car vision.
No, not at all.
So
They changed it.
they eventually settled
Yeah.
on the French-Swedish PRV V6 engine,
Okay.
which was a more conventional choice,
Right.
but perhaps not the most inspired. It got the job done, but it
Right.
wasn't going to set the world on fire.
Right.
And to fine-tune the handling, they even brought in Colin Chapman,
Oh, wow.
the founder of Lotus.
Okay.
He helped develop the chassis and suspension,
But-
aiming for a balance of performance and comfort.
So you've got this ambitious vision,
Right.
a revolutionary design,
Absolutely.
and expertise from all over the world.
From the best.
But it wasn't exactly smooth sailing, right?
Not
It-
quite.
Thought.
Securing funding
Yeah.
for a car company is
Well-
never easy.
No,
And DeLorean was aiming for the moon.
he was.
He managed to secure a substantial investment
Okay.
from the British government,
Wow.
which came with a catch.
A cat.
The factory had to be built
Huh?
in Dunmurry, Belfast.
Wait.
Yeah,
Belfast.
that's right.
That seems like a strange choice
It does, doesn't it?
for a luxury sports car company.
Well, Belfast was facing high unemployment
Right.
and political turmoil at the time.
Right.
You had the ongoing conflict
Right.
between the Irish Republican Army,
Yeah.
or IRA,
Uh-huh.
a paramilitary group fighting for a united Ireland,
Right.
and the British Crown.
Yeah.
Building a luxury car factory in that environment
Yeah.
was, well, a gamble.
It was a gamble.
A big one.
So you've got this clash of cultures.
You could say that.
Yeah. A real clash.
A futuristic sports car
Yeah.
being built in a region grappling with some very real-world problems.
Some very serious problems.
What can go wrong?
Oh, boy, where do we even begin?
Well, for starters, the workforce in Belfast wasn't exactly experienced.
No, they weren't.
In building high-performance cars. Right.
So this led to...
What do you think?
Some major production issues.
Oh, yeah.
And quality control headaches.
Good time.
Okay, so to try and fix things, they set up quality assurance centers in the U.S.
Can you believe that?
Imagine this.
Go on.
Brand new DeLoreans.
Okay.
Being shipped across the Atlantic.
Wow.
Partially disassembled.
Seriously?
And then reassembled.
That's crazy.
To iron out all the kinks.
What a mess.
It was logistical nightmare.
A total nightmare.
Okay, so you've got production delays, quality issues.
Yep.
This is starting to sound like a recipe for disaster.
It is, isn't it?
And wasn't the car expensive?
Oh, it was.
Like, how expensive are we talking?
The initial price tag was around $25,000.
$25,000.
Which was a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
Especially for a car with some known quirks.
Right.
And by the end of its production run, that price had doubled.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That's gotta hurt sales. Even if the car looked like $1 million.
It did look amazing, though, didn't it?
It did.
It really did. Yeah, it was a lot of money for what you got.
Right.
But you gotta admit, the car had serious style.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, those gull-wing doors alone were enough to turn heads.
Yeah.
And the stainless steel body.
Forget about it.
It was like something out of a futuristic dream.
It really was.
Absolutely. Giugiaro's design was truly groundbreaking.
Yeah.
He envisioned a car that was sleek, aerodynamic, and timeless.
And the stainless steel.
Yeah.
It wasn't just for looks?
No, it wasn't. Yeah. It was incredibly durable and resistant to corrosion.
So...
Which played right into DeLorean's vision of a car that could last a lifetime.
So we've got a car that's visually stunning, built to last.
Yeah.
But facing production woes, a hefty price tag.
Yeah.
And maybe not the most thrilling engine. What happens next?
Well, unfortunately, the financial pressures, they mount. The company is bleeding money.
Oh, no.
And DeLorean, he's desperately searching for a way to keep it afloat. And that's when things take a turn. For the truly bizarre...
This is where the cocaine story comes
from. I was wondering when you were going to bring that up.
Yeah, it's almost too crazy to believe.
It is crazy.
John DeLorean, this visionary car builder, gets caught up in a drug trafficking sting operation.
It's unbelievable.
What was he thinking?
It's still a subject of much debate.
Yeah.
Was he desperate and lured into a trap by the FBI, as his defense argued?
Or was he truly involved in something illegal?
Well, the jury ultimately acquitted him.
They did?
They did.
Wow.
But the damage was done. The scandal completely overshadowed the car itself. And sadly led to the collapse of the DeLorean Motor Company.
So the dream is over.
It seems that way.
Yeah.
The factory shuts down, and that's it.
Yeah.
The DeLorean.
Well, not quite.
Furthermore.
Here's where the story takes another unexpected turn.
Okay. Now I'm listening.
In 1985, a film called Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah.
Hits theaters.
Great movie.
And the DeLorean DMC-12, this car that had been a bit of a flop in the real world, becomes a cultural phenomenon.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not.
The car that couldn't find its footing in the 80s becomes a pop culture icon because of a time travel movie.
It's amazing.
That's amazing.
It's a remarkable twist of fate.
It is.
Suddenly, this car that was largely forgotten is catapulted into the spotlight.
Wow.
And it wasn't just a cameo appearance. The DeLorean became a central character in the film. Doc Brown's time machine.
That's right.
A symbol of adventure and the impossible.
So the car that was supposed to represent the future found its true legacy.
I know, Ray.
In a movie about time travel.
Yeah.
That's some serious irony.
It really is.
It speaks to the power of pop culture to reshape perceptions.
It does.
Think about it. The gull-wing doors, the stainless steel body, the way it was modified in the film, it all added to the mystique. Suddenly, everyone wanted a piece of the DeLorean magic.
And this wasn't just a fleeting fad.
No, it wasn't.
The love for the DeLorean endured. In 1995, a new DeLorean Motor Company was established in Texas. They started offering parts service and even refurbished DeLoreans.
It's a testament to the car's enduring appeal, even though the original company was gone. The spirit of the DeLorean lived on.
It did.
And for a lot of people, owning a DeLorean, even a restored one, became a way to connect with that sense of adventure. That 80s nostalgia, that dream of breaking free from the ordinary.
So what does all this tell us about the DeLorean?
Well, I think it was a car that defied expectations, both in its failures and its successes.
It was a car that captured the imagination.
Absolutely.
Even when it wasn't meeting sales targets.
It had a certain something.
It did.
Didn't it?
You could say that the DeLorean DMC-12 became more than just a car. It evolved into a cultural icon.
I like that.
A symbol of ambition, resilience, and the unexpected twists and turns that life can take.
And that, to me, is what makes the DeLorean story so fascinating. It's a reminder
that sometimes the greatest journeys are those that don't follow a straight line. It's a reminder that innovation and risk-taking, even when met with challenges, can leave an indelible mark on the world.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder...
About what?
Could the DeLorean have been a commercial success if things had played out differently?
Interesting question.
Well, if it had been launched in a different era, with a more powerful engine, or perhaps even with a slightly lower price tag.
It's a question that car enthusiasts have debated for decades.
They have.
But perhaps the answer isn't as important as the legacy the car has created. It's a legacy that continues to inspire, to spark conversation, and to remind us that sometimes the most unforgettable journeys are the ones we least expect.
It really makes you think.
It does. And speaking of unexpected journeys, there's been a lot of buzz lately.
About what?
About a possible DeLorean revival.
Oh, really?
Have you heard about this?
I have heard some rumors.
Yeah. The DeLorean Motor Company of Texas has been dropping some hints.
About what?
About bringing back the DMC-12.
Seriously?
But with a modern twist, of course.
Of course.
Imagine a DeLorean. With an electric powertrain.
An electric DeLorean?
That would be something else.
Whoa, that's...
Those gull-wing doors. Opening up to reveal a sleek, futuristic interior. Packed with all the latest tech.
That would be amazing.
It would be a showstopper.
For sure.
It would be fascinating.
I mean,
to see how they'd blend those iconic design elements of the original with the technology of a modern electric sports car.
Could you imagine that stainless steel body gleaming in the sun? But this time powered by pure electricity.
And maybe, just maybe, with an electric motor, it could finally have the performance to match its looks. No more complaints about that PRV V6 being underpowered.
It's about time.
So as we wrap up our DeLorean deep dive, what are some of the key takeaways you hope our listeners will remember?
Well, I think the DeLorean DMC-12 serves as a powerful reminder that innovation and risk-taking, even when faced with setbacks, can leave a lasting impact on the world.
I agree.
It's a story about dreaming big, pushing boundaries, and embracing the unexpected.
It also reminds us that success doesn't always follow a straight line.
It doesn't.
Sometimes it takes a detour. Through failure, controversy, even a Hollywood time travel movie, to truly find its place in history.
And who knows what the future holds for the DeLorean. Maybe we'll see brand new ones.
I hope so.
Cruising down the streets.
That'd be awesome.
A perfect blend of past, present, and future. All rolled into one.
That would be incredible. Well, folks, that's it for our deep dive into the DeLorean DMC-12.
Another one bites the dust.
We hope you enjoyed the ride.
And remember, for all you vintage car enthusiasts out there, a new episode of Vintage Car Chronicles drops every single day. So be sure to tune in and join us for another exciting journey through automotive history.